Alright guys, welcome to another garden update. It's Sunday, so I don't know if it's May the 24th or May 25th. I'll need to check my calendar. But it is Sunday. And tomorrow is Memorial Day, and so I will be off work tomorrow. So I'm going to give you a garden update. Do not mind the nut grass. At least it's just nut grass and not other weeds. Maybe one day I'll have the nut grass eradicated from the garden. But yeah, anyway, good luck with that. These are the two kale plants that I let go to seed. And as you can see, these are the seed pods right here. They're still pretty green. They're not starting to dry out yet. So once they get to the point where they're drying out, then I'll be able to harvest the seeds from them. This is my kale down here. These are some flower seeds that I planted beside them. And these are like the only weeds really that we get down here, that I get in my garden, is this and nutgrass. We call it nutgrass. I don't know what y'all call it. But those are pretty much the only weeds. This is Jamaican callaloo. It is very invasive. And so I pull it up when I see it. Those are my rutabagas right there. And as you can see, they're doing well. I lost two of the plants to unknown vegetable predators. I don't know why, but well, maybe it survived. Well, one of them survived, like it's trying to make a comeback over here. So yeah, so that one looked like it made it. It made it. Yay! So that leaf is gone. So as long as the root is still alive, it should be able to make it to pull through. Yeah. So my onions, as you can see, they are doing quite well. Some nice ones right here. These are the purple ones, and those are the yellow onions. And this is some more callaloo. It's coming up. So I'm just pulling it up. I'm not gonna grow callaloo this year. I'm gonna grow callaloo next year. I got the seeds. I already got my seeds for next year. Next year's garden. And yeah, so you can see, like, this is one of the little onions that didn't like it was gonna make it, but it did sprout. And this one was one of the small ones that it tried, but it doesn't like it's gonna get much further than that. So at least it's easy to tell, for me anyway. And my husband's not allowed to come out here and do stuff. It's easy for me to tell what's what. So he'd be dug up everything if I sent him out here. This is a marigold or a zenith, the volunteer from last year. This is some cilantro. I just let it grow. I forgot which beans these were. Probably the butter peas. They're coming up good. These are my other rutabagas. And I planted some more rutabagas on the other side of the garden as seed. So those will mostly be used for like little small meals. I planted some more broccoli over here. Because broccoli wasn't coming up the way I wanted it to. And let's see. Over here we have some of the different squash, the eggplant, my flower border. The garden's just really slow this year because we had to wait so long because of all that cold weather. Some of my potatoes are starting to come up. I haven't weeded over here because I don't want to accidentally dig up the potatoes that are coming up. So you can see there's a potato coming up there and a potato coming up there. And then there was some along this edge that I saw. Where are they? That were starting to come up. Oh, I'm about to step on it. One right there. It's coming up. It's in my finger right here. One's coming up here. I think there's some more along this edge here. But then there's some in the back. So once they get tall enough, I will weed over here real good. And you can see there's a lot of Jamaican callaloo. There's zeniths coming up. I'll leave the zeniths, and I'll just pull up the callaloo when I weed over there. Okay. My big llamas still haven't come up. I replanted them, so hopefully the new ones will come up. If not, I'll just give up on those for this year. One of my that's a tomato plant there, so those two have made some progress. It's funny, this nut grass, you can weed. Like yesterday I was out here weeding, and I know I pulled up most of these nut grass by these tomatoes, but yet still when you get up in the morning, it's like overnight, these things shoot up like crazy. I wish somebody would time-lapse nut grass. You can see how fast they grow. But these are my sunflowers. So they're doing good. I always put them along the fence. There's another tomato plant. You see my strawberry patch over there? If you follow me on my Instagram, you guys have seen my strawberry pie I did for the kids, and it is some strawberry topping that you can eat with the biscuits and stuff like that. And they're doing real well. These are 2 sunflower seeds that volunteered from last year, so I just let them grow because I love sunflowers. So if I see them in the garden anywhere, I always let my sunflowers go. And just adds a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Variety to the garden. So I set out my peppers yesterday. My okra, they're still. I'm so used to my garden being so much further advanced this time of the year. It's just weird to me to have to be this far back. And this nut grass is crazy. I'm sick of it. But my okra are coming up. You can see that's my chicory right here. My sassafras plant right here. These are some more of the squash. I can't remember. It's the calabash. I thought I put a stake out here so I can tell what was. Yeah. It's the Victory Seed Company squash out here. Okay. So it's Victory Seed Company squash. So that means over there in that corner by the eggplant, that's where the calabash is at. But you can see, look at that. They're already starting to do a little flower thing. But these supposed to be space savers, and there's another sunflower plant came up right there. Over here I have some more okra, and then these are some cucumbers that I planted along this edge because I don't care if they grow out over here towards this path. And I planted some watermelons seeds right here, some for my daddy's, but and my daddy had gave me. But yeah, one of them's coming up. You can see it right there. So one of them's starting to come up. Oh, there's another one up over here. So yeah, so they're coming up. So because you know they can grow out towards the other side, or I could train them to go out that way towards the fence, and it won't be so bad as far as the vines and whatnot. Let's see. Both of these rows I planted rutabaga on. That is a row of turnips. And then this, and they're just now starting to come up, is a row of collards. And they're just now coming up in places. These are some of the Chinese cucumbers. I'm going to put a trellis over here and let them grow up the trellis. That's why we have these stakes out here. So, okay. And this volunteered from last year, so it's more likely it's a cucumber plant from last year that went near the end of the season. I just was sick of eating cucumbers, so I stopped picking them, and a few of them might have lived out their existence out here. So when I disced it out here, see, there's some of the collards right there. There you go. When I tilled out here, they got spread around. So there's one right there. I'll just leave them alone. They ain't gonna hurt nothing. Because these rutabagas can get a fair size, the size of some of the broccoli plants and stuff. So it's not like those vines are gonna strangle them and stuff from that. 2 plants. So, but yeah, here's one of my peas, and I'm usually picking peas by now. And so yeah, it's just been a sad gardening season. It just feel like everything's just out of whack. Next year, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be starting a bunch of stuff down in the basement. Plan on trying to get me some grow lamps, and start planting and start my seeds off down in the basement, so that next year I'll have more mature plants that I can just come on out here, get them out here, and then I'll be on schedule. It's been so warm here in the fall and winter anyway that having a late season, if it stays in the 70s into October like it's been doing, with my luck it'll actually be a real fall on schedule. But if it stays into the 70s like it's been doing, then it'll be fine anyway. So we'll be getting stuff. Get it late, but we'll still be able to get stuff even in late fall that normally you will be done with by that time. What is that? Probably a vine. Looks like it's not a vine. And if that's the case, you gotta go. Ain't got no time for no morning glories out here. And there's some peas where I replanted. There's some peas coming up where I replanted them. There's another one. I ought to go get my hoe, but it's Sunday. Pulling these is one thing. You ain't gonna be out here working. Just moving some of them. Let's see. Yeah. This one. Okay. Tomorrow I'll be out here with my hoe. And I'll be out here because some of them are big enough I can get my little triangle hoe around them without having to worry about hurting the plant. I just want to move some of this stuff. It's getting on my nerves. Okay. So my peppers, I set up my peppers. Let's get it. These are 2 of the, what's that? Cabbage collards. The Copenhagen cabbage, the 2 that survived. Those are the 2 that survived. They actually made it. These are some of the peppers I set up. And these are probably jalapenos. I'm not sure. We'll find out once they mature and get bigger because I didn't label the 6-pack they were in. These are my leeks. And I'm not really going to have to thin them out because this is all that germinated. These right here, and they're growing slow too. But these back here, I'll probably have to thin those out, separate those some. And see up here. So we'll get a little bit. But I don't have to worry about them for a while anyway. There's my raspberry bush. As you can see, it's doing very well. And so is my blackberry bush beside it. It's in up a cane. When fall comes, I'm going to be cutting these back. Probably going to move them to the other side of the yard. To the on the side taters on. My herbs, these are the sweet candy onions. Those are the ones that germinated. Some basil, 1 plant germinated in there. Some cilantro. This is the lemongrass. As you can see, it did well. I was expecting it to, we're going to add some more fertilizer to it tomorrow, but I was expecting to have more than that. And some more basil, some more cilantro. I planted this pineapple top last night. That's just a little spot. I didn't put anything in, I don't think. And it's got callaloo growing up in there, so I might actually let those callaloo grow and just have a little spot to harvest them from. The 7 pods are germinating, so I will get some 7 pod. These scotch, I planted some scotch on bonnets on the other side, and I direct sowed those since none of them did anything over here. This was the eggplants. As you can see, I didn't get any eggplants to germinate over here. And then this was the cayenne pepper. None of those germinated. The naga morich, none of those germinated. And the hot paper lanterns, none of those germinated. So yeah, this is some Thai basil. I think it's Thai basil. I got it from the Vietnamese restaurant. It was like a little garland that was on our dishes. And so I brought it home and put it in water and rooted it, and then I potted it. And so it's trying to make it. Yep. Very fragrant. It's a very fragrant plant. Almost got a light peppery smell to it. So yeah. Let's see. I'll show y'all. I set out the peppers over here too on this row, and I gotta water those. So these are the other peppers that I set out. These were it just says pepper, so they're probably jalapenos as well. So I'm not gonna get the bumper crop of peppers that I usually get. And this is a tomato seed, tomato plant that was doing very well, and something came along and bit off the top of it. So I'm hoping it'll make it. It doesn't look very healthy right now, but keeping my fingers crossed that maybe it'll make it. Shoot. Let me see what was over here. These are the Neapolitans of my bell peppers. So these are the Neapolitan bell peppers. Those are the Hungarian sweet peppers, and those are the California bells right there. You guys see. So it's Neapolitan, yeah, Neapolitan, Hungarian, and then California. And so yeah. And then of course there's my strawberry patch. Here's one of the slug traps. I don't know if you guys can see the dead slugs in there, but these slug traps are awesome. Something is still, well, those ants got it out. Something is still coming out here pecking on them. So I just throw them over there in the mulch pile. Oh well. But you can look down here. My husband picked some yesterday, and I'm gonna have to pick them again this evening. It's getting too hot out here for me. Oh, that's a pretty one. And yeah, so we're just letting the strawberries spread that way towards the fence on their own. So just put some more mulch and stuff down. But see my skin on my arm? That's what happens when I'm out in the sun too long. My skin breaks out and blisters up. So it's a real nice day, and I love the sun. I love the heat. But because of my skin condition, I can't enjoy it like that anymore. So yeah. And the monster, he's chilling in his doghouse under his, yeah, this is my rosemary. It's doing good. So keep it from getting dry. Take a bottle and I'll fill it up with water, and I'll put in there once a week in case we don't get any rain, just to keep it from getting dry. It's doing very well in its planter, but every time I plant it, no matter where I plant one out here, it just doesn't do well. So if it likes the planter, it can stay in the planter. There's some mustard greens down here. I got a weed over here again once these get a little bit taller. So there's some mustards. And they did well last year. Like I said, it's just been a slow growing season this year. Tater, be quiet. Tater. I've been saw that fiber on the ground. That's from shedding. That's like he from coming out here brushing him every day, trying to get all that fur off him. And he's over there. The monster who don't want to be brushed and shed. Stop it.